So this is a core Java training session, right? We will cover all the concepts of core Java as part of this very training session, right? We'll start with the very basics today, and thereafter we'll go to each and every module and we will understand how the different concepts are implemented, right? So let's start with the basics. What is core Java? Core Java is, of course, a programming language, right? Which was initially developed by a company called Sun Microsystems in year 1995. But in year 2011, this language is being taken over by Oracle Corporation. Right? That is why all updates of Jdk and Jre are given to us by Oracle website, because the language is now taken care by Oracle Corporation. So this is a programming language, end-to-end programming language. Right? Now there is one feature about Java that makes it a kind of stand out, that this language is basically a platform independent language. When I say platform independent, that means this language can, the application written in this language can work on any operating system, can run on any operating system. That is what platform independence means. So Java embedded applications can run on Windows, Java embedded applications can run on Mac, Java embedded applications can run on Ubuntu, the Linux based operating systems, right? So that is one point about Java, that it is a platform independent language. After knowing this point, you know, one should know the difference between JDK, JRE and JVM, right? When do we need which one? What the, but what does they do? Each one of them does. What they do basically. So JDK stands for Java Development Kit, right? Now, and JRE stands for Java Runtime Environment. Runtime environment. And JVM stands for Java Virtual Machine. Now, JDK, when you download, you automatically get JRE with it, and JRE bring JVM with it. So basically, when you download JDK, you get when you get both JRE as well as JVM. Plus you get all the development tools, plus you get all the debugging tools. So from this statement I can make out that if I am a programmer, if I am if I am into Java application, then I need JDK, because I need the development and debugging tools, right? But if I am a simple user, a Java application user, then JRE comes handy. JRE is basically Java Virtual Machine. It gives you a runtime environment. Virtual machine comes with JRE. What does JVM do? JVM converts your Java code into bytecode. What is bytecode? The machine language code. What is machine language code? Basically what your operating system understands. So in a simple language, I can say my Java code actually runs on operating system because of JVM. Because my Java code is converted into bytecode or machine code by JVM. And when I download JRE, JVM come with JRE. Plus, since I need to execute Java based application, I need the Java util package, I need the Java IO package, I need the Java, lang package. All the Java packages comes with JRE. all the runtime libraries comes with JRE. So that clear differentiation one should have, that JDK is basically a full feature development kit for Java based programmers that includes JRE, compilers, tools like Java debugger that helps us create and compile Java based programs or Java based web applications. JRE is basically a Java virtual machine via which Java programs actually run. So if you are running your Java program on your browser or your computer, you need to have JRE installed in your local environment. You basically get the update, please update your JRE. That happens because you know you need to update the runtime environment. JVM, nowadays there is a physical software also, JDUI, but that is a third party software. Oracle does not give you the exe or DMG file for JVM. Right? JRE also comes with plugins, right? JDK. Now, if I go and check my system, C drive, program files, Java, here is JDK 1.8, JRE 1.8. So, what is there in JRE? Binaries and libraries, binary DLL file, library, fonts, configuration, sounds, right? Calendar. When I check out my JDK, JRE folder is there, binaries and libraries are already there. So that is the reason I was saying that when you download JDK, you get JRE with it. And if you are a basic user, I mean, for basic users, JRE is good enough. But for Java programmers, JDK is what we need to have. Now, binaries like Java W for executing Java on Windows, right? This Java W command, this is a binary which is understandable to operating system. Libraries, configuration, properties, fonts, sounds, icons, they all come as part of libraries. Right. So that basic differentiation one should have. Now if I need to download JDK, all I need to do is simply say free download JDK. It will take me to the Oracle website. I need to accept the license and I need to download the exe or DMG. It will recognize my operating system. 64-bit and 32 bits are there. And which one do I need? Just click on that. It will come in my download code folder. Next, 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 and Java is installed. JDK is installed basically. Full featured development kit is installed. Right. If you need to download JRE, free download JRE. Here again I am going to my Oracle website, oracle.com. Again I will, based on 64-bit or 32-bit operating system, I will download the JRE. This is 1.8 version, the most stable version. You can download 1.15 also. I have it in my local. Right. Then comes, after downloading these, after knowing these, comes the Eclipse part. This is Eclipse. Eclipse is also written in Java. What is Eclipse? Integrated Development Environment, which is used for Java programming. Most widely used IDE, Integrated Development Environment. What does it gives you? A basic workspace, plugins for customizing your environment. When you say this is my workspace where my Java code goes. The moment I say launch, it will show me the kind of projects that I have created in Eclipse. If you are using IntelliJ IDEA, if you are using NetBeans, if you are using STS, if you are using RAD, you can keep using that. If you need support on the same, you can let us know. We will give you support on those IDEs also. Right. Eclipse is also written in Java. Its purpose is to write Java based applications. If you need to download Eclipse, all you need to do is go to the Eclipse org file and download the latest version of Eclipse. Eclipse.org. Right. This one 64-bit. This will come in your download code folder, downloads folder, exe or dmg. Next, and you will see this kind of environment opens for you. Package Explorer or Navigator, right? Right. Thereafter, before I tell you what class is, what packages are, how to create a Java project, let's talk about data types. So there are two types of data. There are two types of data type. One is known as a primitive data type. Another one is known as a reference data type. Primitive data type are of 8 types. Primitive comes with the language itself. Byte, short, int, long, float, double, right? Char and boolean. These are 8 primitive data types. You have a term called variable. Once you allocate the memory to a, you know, to store the value, then you create a variable to reserve some space in the memory. Variables represent the memory location when you use new keyword, right? So 8 types of primitive data types are there. What are data types? Data types are considered as the building block, of data manipulation in Java language. If you need a pure simple value of one of its kind, you can use data types. Now, how do they differ? You use byte when your data ranges between -2 raised to the power 7 to 2 raised to the power 7 minus 1, which is minus 128 to 127. So based on this, you use byte minus 128 to 2 raised to the power 7 minus 1. Similarly comes short, minus 2 raised to the power 15 to 2 raised to the power 15 minus 1, which comes out to be some 32,768. Similarly, byte short int comes 2 raised to the power minus 2 raised to the power 31 to 2 raised to the power 31 minus 1. When your data ranges between this, you use integer. Default value for byte short int long is 0 if you don't give a value. And you use long when your data ranges between minus 2 raised to the power 63 to 2 raised to the power 63 minus 1, which comes in billions and trillions number. Default for long is actually 0L. Byte short int default is 0 when you don't give a value. Float and double are used for decimals, precisions, currency, stock values. Default for float and double is 0.0f or 0.0d, right? Float and double used for floating point numbers, precision, precise values, currency kind of a value. Boolean represent one bit of an information, either true or either flag or either false. Right? Default is false. When you don't have a value for a boolean data type, default is false. Last is char, a character, ranges between 0 to 65,000, some 535. This is in the ASCII value. This is a hexadecimal octal value. Basically character A to Z, 0 to 9. These are all characters. One bit of an information, right? So these are 8 primitive data types that comes with the language itself. Then comes the reference data types. And before that, there is a term called literal when you assign a constant. For example, byte A is equal to 68. What does it mean? You have assigned a literal 68 to a byte variable A, constant 68. Char A is equal to capital A. Another literal. You have assigned another constant to a literal A. That's the way, that's terminology that one can use. Variables when you assign a memory. Right? So then comes reference variables, reference data type. The object that you create using the constructor of a class. Default value of reference variables, a reference data type is null. Class object comes into picture. Array variables comes into picture. Right? Thereafter comes, let's create a Java project. So this is a Java project. I am naming this project as morning right. The moment I say this, JDK is selected, src package structure is selected, it will give me the project over here. If you are using IntelliJ IDEA for advanced level programming, if you are using RAD, Rapid Application Development Tool, that's perfectly fine. But before this project comes into picture, what is a package? Package you will see on top of every Java class. Package, COM, programming, Java based concepts, any package could be there. Package is basically a namespace. Namespace to organize set of related classes and interfaces. To organize data. Organize folders. Let's say HTML files as part of one folder, images as part of another folder, scripts as part of another folder. That is a package. Namespace. Then class. Class to is a blueprint for creating different objects that defines its properties and behaviors. Right? So if our project is created, here comes our project. First I will create a package. This is a first class. This is a first module where we are trying to understand the package and classes and everything. So here I say new package. Name of a package is com programming dot module 1 or class 1. Here I am going to create one class called employee or person, right? Let's say person class. Public is selected, abstract, final, static. These are keywords which we will talk in the coming classes. Package comes with the name of a package. Public class comes with the name of a class. These are called braces. Now I am introducing 4 fields. Let's say a name of a person. Let's say a age of a person. Let's say the address of a person. Right? And last is name, age, address, last is, let's say, kind of salary for the person. For example, four attributes are there. I can create its getters setters to get and set the data. Source, generate getter setters, select all four fields after name, salary. Said generate, and all four fields comes into picture. I have a main function, public static void main. Public is a access modifier, static is a keyword, void means nothing, return, it does not return anything, main is the name of a function, string array arguments. So JVM directly comes to your main function. Now I have a class with four attributes and their getter setters. What I can do, I can create an object of a person class, right? Using this object, I can set the name of a person. Using this object, I can set the age of a person. Using this object, I can set the address of a person, right? And using this, I can set the salary of a person. Let's say 5,000. Once it is set, data is set for the object, then I can retrieve it and print it using system out println. System is a class, out is an implicit object, println is a function. I can print the name of a person that you are talking about is. Using the object, I use the getter function name. Similarly, age, salary, and designation. Age, salary, and address. I can print all four information. Address using getter. This is just one example. I might have gone little fast over here, but I just wanted to say create one class. Once I run this, run as Java application, right click, it will show me the same data which I have set for the object. Once we'll talk about static, you'll come to know more about it. This is what I set and this is what I got using getter setters. Getters and setters are also known as accessors and mutators. Getter is also known as accessors. Setter is also known as mutators. Right? So a class is nothing but a blueprint for creating different object which will define its properties and behavior. That we have already seen. How to define the properties and behavior. How to exhibit the properties and behavior defined by the class. Class can have fields, can have methods to describe the behavior for the objects. These are basically methods. Methods are members of a class to provide service to an object to perform business logic. They are all case sensitive. Java is a case sensitive language. Public is an access modifier, class is a keyword, package is a namespace to organize this class. These are the four attributes or properties. They are getter setter functions. Main function set out the property, retrieving the property. So this is just module 1. I might have gone little fast, but in the coming module I will go more slow. So our next topic is control flow statements, where we will talk about if else, switch case, for, enhanced for loop. We will see for loop, performance testing, break keyword, continue keyword. Then we'll go to interface abstraction and inheritance. Similarly, constructor polymorphism, access modifiers, and static keyword, this keyword. So this way we'll try to finish the entire core Java language, right? Any questions as of now?